While I may not be that big of a racing person, but I have a little soft spot for it. I've seen car racing in numerous films and even races in real life. And while I've never played this video game series, this is kind of based off of, but it's also based on a true story. I recently experienced Gran Turismo, which was recently in theaters this past summer and is now streaming on Netflix. But is this recent take on the video game franchise worthy of taking the checkered flag? Or is this one just due to be in a car pile that's ready to crash, already been crashed and is about to burn? Find out in this spoiler-free review right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Noel, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the 2023 biographical sports drama flick Gran Turismo, released by Columbia along with PlayStation Productions and 2.0 Entertainment. Directed by Neil Blomkamp and based on the racing simulation video game series of the same name, developed by Polyphony Digital, and it's also based on a true story. It tells the true story of Jan Martinborough, a teenage Gran Turismo player who became a professional racing car driver. The film stars Archie Madewke as Martinborough, along with David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, Djimon Hounsou, Darren Barnet, and Geri Halliwell. Yes, you heard me correctly, as in Geri Ginger Spice Halliwell Horner, that is. Got you there, huh? Let's see. Well, I recently watched this on Netflix not so long ago, and well, it's not too bad. It's pretty cool in my view. I mean, considering it got mixed reviews and what have you. Anyway, now then, following a pitch by marketing executive Dane Moore, Nismo, the motorsport division of Nissan, establishes the GT Academy to recruit skilled players of the racing simulator Gran Turismo and turn them into real racing drivers. Dane recruits former driver turned mechanic Jack Salter to train the players. Jack is initially hesitant, but accepts after tiring of the arrogance of his team's driver, Nicholas Kappa. Meanwhile, Jan Martinborough, a teenage clothing store employee and gamer from Cardiff, Wales, is an avid player of the simulator and wants to become a racing driver. Despite the disapproval of his former footballer father, Steve, one day he learns he is eligible for a qualification race to join the GT Academy after setting a time record for a particular track. The night before his race, Jan is invited by his brother Kobe to a party, and the birds take their father's car. Jan flirts with a young woman named Audrey, whom he develops a crush on. The gathering is disbanded after police arrive, and Jan initiates a pursuit after driving away when their friends are pulled over. The birds escape but are caught returning by their father. Kobe starts to worry, but Jan offers to take the blame for him if he admits that he is the better driver. Jan is taken to his father's place of employment the next morning in an attempt to be taught a life lesson, but leaves early to partake in the qualifying race, which he wins, earning a place in the GT Academy. Yeah, really incredible. Yeah, he gets once there, he gets to meet all sorts of other young people who are well taking a part of this. Anyway, that's all the story I'm going to give to you. If you want to know more, see the movie. Now, I'm going to say it did pretty well. It made 121 million worldwide against a $6 million budget, but received mixed reviews though. But it was still fine and what have you. Now they praised the director of Blomkamp as well as the racing sequences, but criticized the film's writing. Now Neil Blomkamp, if you don't know who that is the person who had recently directed films like District 9, Elysium, and Chappie. I haven't seen those two, but I have seen District 9, however. I'm going to say Blomkamp did an exceptionally good job in directing this, though. The racing sequences are very good too, and what have you. Now, I know this isn't the first time a racing game got released as a movie. I know that DreamWorks released Need for Speed based on the video game series from EA Games a few years back. I saw that, it was alright, but I think I like this one just a wee bit more. Unfortunately, the film also generated controversy for its usage of Martin Barrow's 2015 crash at one race in as a narrative element. Anyway, it was still pretty good and what have you. Now, the film sits at 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying the film's brisk action and feel good underdog drama are undermined by its loose telling of the fact based story, but this is still a generally solid racing movie. I couldn't agree more. Yes. Let's see. Critics mostly praise not just well, as I mentioned, like the racing sequences in Blomkamp's direction, especially the climactic 24-hour race in France, were really praised. Who noted that while transitioning from its video game origins to standard race car film, it also serves as a cautionary example of adapting source material that may not align with a cohesive nature. Variety said of the film, there's an innocence to this one and a surprise authenticity, and commenting, it's like a Fast and Furious movie made without cynicism. And it gets to you, finding the climax satisfying. Definitely. The Rap said the film works best because it eschews its video game origins quickly before sailing into a standard race car film. It's unknown how fans of the game will respond to the movie. No one watching the movie in this critic's theater pointed out any specific game Easter eggs, but on the whole, fans of race car films should be in for a good time. Although unfortunately, The Guardian gave it a bad review, calling it a simulation of cinema with scarcely a human fingerprint anywhere on its chassis. The Telegraph called the film a purringly complacent insult to a great video game. And Polygon also dissed it, saying the film could have used this inspiring true story to show how video games open up possibilities and remove barriers in the real world. Instead, it just uses it to score points. Well, that may be, and what have you, but nevertheless, I found the film to be pretty good and what have you for what it had to offer. Well, not just Blomkamp's direction and its racing sequences, Lauren Balfe did the score for what have you with a little help from Andrei Kosinski. They did a real good job on this. Now, as for our cast, we have Archie Madewke. Hang on. Madewke as Jan. He had recently appeared in the film Midsommar, and also on the former Apple TV Plus series C. After this, he also appeared in the film Saltburn. Never saw, but I just barely know of it though. So it wasn't too bad. David Harbour, who I know that is from Stranger Things, another big thing on Netflix. And of course, he recently appeared in the Hellboy reboot, as well as Black Widow and Violent Night as Jack Salter. I must say he was really good in that. Orlando Bloom, haven't heard that name in a long time. It's been years since we last heard I last heard something from him. Of course, we know him from the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Pirates of the Caribbean's first three films as well. He played Danny Moore. He was very good. And Takahiro Hira played Kazunori Yamauchi, the creator of Gran Turismo. Darren Barnet played May Davis, a top driver and Jan's rival. Djimon Hounsou played Steve, while Geri Halliwell Horn played Leslie, that's Jan's mother. And there's others in YV, but some of them I'm not too familiar with. So anyway, I think this was pretty good and what have you. Sure, it may have a few speed bumps along the way, but nevertheless, I found Gran Turismo to be a pretty good racing film. I mean, if you're into maybe, oh, I don't know, films like maybe Days of Thunder, or well, if you got a soft spot for speed movie, or if you're a big Fast and Furious fan, then I'd say you'll feel right at home with Gran Turismo. I thought it was pretty good. I don't consider it to be one of the best video game adaptations, but it comes right up there though. So overall, I really liked Gran Turismo. It was really good. For my score, I'm gonna give Gran Turismo 4.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9. So what did you think of Gran Turismo? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my review of The Shining from 1980. So if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other films. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see my review of the film that started Pirates of the Caribbean, which of course was The Curse of the Black Pearl from 2003. Or go to the upper right hand corner and see my spoiler free review of Fast X from earlier this year. Or if you'd like, go to the bottom left hand corner and see my spoiler free review of Djimon Hounsou's new film I just saw him in on Netflix, Rebel Moon Part 1, Child of the Fire. And the bottom right hand corner is a button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.